Hey, what's going on everybody? Jason here, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 video. This video will be a tactical overview of one of the brand new gunfight maps in Modern Warfare 2, Alley. But first, for those of you who have never played Gunfight, here is a brief overview of how the game mode works. Gunfight is a 2 vs 2 mode set on small multiplayer maps. Your team and your opponents are assigned random loadouts every 2 rounds. This is a no respawn game mode, meaning you have 1 life per round and your main objective is to eliminate the enemy team. If time expires at the end of the round and you don't eliminate the enemy team, an overtime period will start. During this overtime period, there are an additional 2 ways to win the round. The first additional way is to capture the overtime flag that spawns in at the middle of the map. The second additional way you can win the round in an overtime period is if nobody captures the flag, but your team has more health than the enemy team. However, ties can occur, and if both you and your opponent are tied at the end of the overtime period, you both take a round win. So now that you know how Gunfight works, let's go ahead and jump right into the tactical overview. Alley is a multi-layered map located somewhere in the Middle East. The map is somewhat cluttered with buildings and a bunch of places for you to pay attention to, and it makes the player stay on their toes. However, despite the cluttered nature of this map, there are also many lines of sight that end up in instant engagements if you find yourself at the other end of the enemy's barrel. When you spawn in, immediately heading left to the walkway, this is a common spot on the map for long-range gunfights, shooting your enemy across the bridge. This area is the exact same on both sides of the map, so both you and your opponent are on level playing ground when shooting each other from this area of the map. There are 2 obstructions on either side of the bridge for both you and your opponent to hide behind. There is also another quick engagement right when you spawn in. Walking slightly to the right of where you spawn in, you will notice some walls. When you post up taking cover behind these walls, it will grant you a tight sight line to the enemy spawn, making for some interesting engagements right off the bat. You have to be a great shot if you want a chance to pick off your opponent from this position. There are also quick escape routes next to these walls if you need to get out of dodge, and these escape routes take you to the somewhat outskirts of the map. In addition, walking forward from your spawn onto the rooftop here is a good way to observe the middle of the map, just in case the enemy either wants to cross over the middle of the map or they are on their own rooftop on the other side of the street. You'll be ready. And for such a small map, there is also an element of verticality. From the bridge sightline or from the wall escape routes, you can climb the ladder or the boxes, depending on which side you spawn in on, to ascend to the highest point in the map, watching over every area. The top roof can be a power position for players looking to lock down the map. You have a great view of the middle of the map. And below this top roof position is a small room, but be careful when charging in because campers and rats love to hide in and around this room when the going gets tough. After breaching this room, rapidly check your corners and prepare for a swift battle. But moving on, around the center of the map there are parkour lanes that can help you reach the bridge, giving you another way to flank enemies that might be hiding around their spawn. Moving lower down to street level, you can find another immediate engagement through the market stands. Using the stands as cover, both you and your opponent can shoot each other from across the street. The street also has some corners for players to snake through and hide and have some close quarters engagements, but these corners are easily exposed, especially when you or the enemy players have control over the top levels, such as the top roof that I talked about earlier. And of course, a staple of Gunfight is the overtime flag. And on Alley, the overtime flag spawns in the middle of the bridge. Alley is an interesting gunfight map. While it's not the best the game mode has to offer in my opinion, there is an element of map knowledge that comes in handy when attempting to outsmart and outgun your enemy. If you are able to stay vigilant and on your toes and you have the ability to shoot through tight windows, I think you'll enjoy Alley. But what do you guys think about Alley in Modern Warfare 2 Gunfight? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Anyways guys, that is it for this Gunfight tactical overview. If you found this video to be comprehensive, straight to the point, and useful, leave a like and subscribe if you're a brand new viewer. And with that said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night depending on where you are in this crazy world, and I'll see you guys next time.